And we live. What's good, everybody? Let me make sure all the levels and everything is right. Then we can get to it. Mike,
Sounds good. Sounds good. How you doing, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. How about yourself?
I can't complain, man. Another day, another dollar.
I know that's right.
Another day, another broke ass dollar.
Oh yeah, we sound tremendous over there, dog. We sound tremendous over
He
there. I
said
can't
we
even
sound
lie.
tremendous.
I can't even lie, bro. We sound fantastically well.
I can't wait for y'all to hear some of the stuff that we got, man. My brother went above and beyond himself, man. We about
Oh
to, we about,
man. Oh, they don't even know. They don't even know. We
nah,
about to get to it.
they have no clue. They,
We
they, they,
about to
they have
get
no clue.
all the way to it. They don't even know what we cooking up over here. We cooking up some good old gumbo,
Straight gumption.
straight gumbo. You hear me? It's about to be on and popping.
Little crawfish etouffee.
You know what I mean? I don't know what none of that is.
Uh,
ah, what
that's
Mister could say? You got to suck the head off of them there crawfish. Nigga. Pause.
facts. Facts.
oh man,
They said, "Make my foot in
yes.
your ass. Be cool."
Be cool.
I ain't gonna lie, real shit. Hey yo, man, I went back and listened to Ludacris today, boy.
Oh, which
That
one?
boy said, "Caught him with a left hook, caught him with a jab, what an uppercut, kicked him in
Kicked him
his
in
ass."
his ass.
Yo,
ah, yes, sir.
bruh, bruh. I listen. So here's a funny thing. Here's a funny backstory about that, right?
Okay.
So after last week's episode, right, I went back and listened to Heartbreaks and 808's album,
Oh, okay,
or
cool.
808's and Heartbreaks album.
What you think? What you think?
Still ain't as good as some people have claimed it to be, but I
Okay.
do
As I
understand.
claimed it to be.
You're not the only person I've heard that from, though. Like
Okay.
I've heard other people say, but last week you mentioned something about one of those songs, "Say You Will," right?
Mm-hmm.
And you said how it was kind of like possible about his mom. So I had to look at it, I had to listen
Mm-hmm.
to it, and I kind of got the impression I came away from it. It was kind of like he was talking to both Amber and his mom.
A
It was
little,
kind of
yeah.
like it was kind of like
Mm-hmm.
he was pleading with his mom to kind of like I need you to stay
Ease up.
alive. Please,
Yep.
please say you will
Mm-hmm.
stay alive.
Ease
And
up.
then to Amber, like, hey, like I've when I grabbed your throat, I felt your soul. I said, good Lord. I said that boy
mm-hmm.
Ye was on some. He was on some
Mm-hmm.
stuff. He was in a dark place, man. He was in a dark place.
Yeah. Most definitely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Most definitely was. Yep.
and I can kind of relate. I kind of relate more now to it than I did then. Because when I listened to it the first time around, hell, I don't think I listened to that album. This is gonna sound crazy. I haven't played that album since 2010, bro.
Oh wow. Oh yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, it's been a
That
while.
ain't one of the Kanye albums I go back to.
And it's understandable. I get that, right? I think this is weird, man. I'm sorry, bro. This is shit is weird having this shit in my headphones like that. My bad, bro. I'm trying to get used to this shit. You see me like looking confused. I'm like, yo, like,
My man's like, yo, what is
um,
going on right now?
yeah, like what is happening, bro? I'm gonna try to work through this thing on the hop, right? Um, but yeah, 808s and Heartbreaks is like the greatest album to listen to if you're going through like a breakup. It's real breakup music.
Hmm.
Yeah, if you just want to be
Hmm.
sad and depressed about your significant other that walked out the door on you, yeah, that's the
Hmm.
one to go to. Hmm.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. That are my dark twisted fantasy because that was definitely that was a revenge. That's a revenge breakup album right there.
Hey, bro, my Dark Twisted Fantasy came out when I was going through my divorce, and trust me, it's one of them. It's one of them, bro. It's one of them. You want with me shooting in the gym for sure? Yes, sir. Um,
Facts.
yeah, yes, sir.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
You excited about Pusha T and Big Crit coming out?
1000%.
Okay,
1000%. And I'm kind of excited about. I'm kind of got rejuvenated about music in general over the last like week or two.
really? Okay.
Just kind of seeing the commotion and seeing the activity that I'm seeing from people that I like. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
Push, Crit, um, JID, Earth Gang. Like it seems like it's Earth Gang actually drops tomorrow. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, right? Ghetto Guys
Think
drops
so.
tomorrow.
Think
So
so.
yeah, so we're gonna get the
Think so.
first. We can get the. Well, we got a lot of albums. We're the first album for this year that I'm gonna be listening to, right? So
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
so yeah, I'm kind of excited, man. Then kind of Push making a lot of noise. Tyler doing a lot of crazy stuff, just running around the city, running
Hmm.
around Fashion Week. It's just
Hmm.
it's a good time, man. Currency out here killing stuff as usual.
As
So
usual.
yeah, I'm excited about it. How about yourself?
Yeah, man, I was really excited to see Crit was dropping. Also really excited to see that Push. I had forgot about Earth Gang, but yeah, so if Earth Gang is dropping next Friday, right? Next week or is it
This
Friday?
this week, this week,
This week, then
yeah, they
I'm
dropping this week.
yeah, I'm gonna have something to really listen to, really dive into while I'm painting this weekend. That's gonna be nice.
Yeah, for sure, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. And
Yeah.
Push got his masters apparently.
He's rapping like it. If I heard what I heard, he's rapping like he got his masters. Yeah.
That's a
I I don't want Push to ever change, man. Some dudes like we
yeah,
know they ain't in the game. We know they're not doing what they rapping about, but they're so good
right.
at rapping like that that I don't ever want them to stop doing it.
That's true. That's actually a good point that you brought up too. Like some people just get energized by the things that they got going on in their life at the time, and for him to also um dealing with the loss of his mom recently, kind of like sometimes you kind of need those outlets to kind of just remind yourself that like what you're here for, your purpose. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
most definitely.
so
Most definitely. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
man.
still talking that cocaine rap.
Hey, bruh,
All
and
right,
I want
I'm
him to
all
keep
for it.
doing it, bruh. Yeah, and you know what? Everybody says that cocaine rap, but it's really like excess, right? It's really excess on
Right,
all levels.
right,
Right?
right,
Yeah,
right.
whether it be money, whether it be selling drugs, whether it be fashion, it's just excess, and I'm all with it. I'm all with the braggadocious excess. Motivate me, my brother. Yes, I want to
And
feel.
listen,
I want to feel inadequate when I listen to your boy, so I can go out here and get it. You know what I mean? Be like, nah, Push said. That might sound crazy, but it's serious, bro. Like Push said, nah, bro, you can't ride around here unless you ain't riding around here in this. So I gotta go get something bigger than that. You know what I mean? That type.
no, that's real. That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. Push these music is not for it's not for weak boys. It's not for weak men.
Mm-mm.
It's
You
not for
gotta
soft men.
be, yeah, you gotta be really confident in yourself to listen to that kind of music.
To embrace that music, right?
Yeah.
Like to
Yep.
embrace it and kind of like try to like you said, I'm gonna go out there and try to see if I can duplicate it or either exceed
Or either
what he's
exceed
talking
it.
about.
Right. Yeah. We gotta exceed it, baby. Yeah, make our bottle service race. You know what I mean? Although I don't like sparklers in the club, that I feel like that's crazy, but whatever.
Nah, bro, you got to go to Michelin star restaurants and had them waiters coming through the bar. Sparklers don't work no more, bro. We done. We off them. Send
Yeah.
me send me the Wolfgang Puck's restaurant. Had a waiters raced in with the
Mm.
most expensive bottle of wine they can find in the cellar.
Mm.
Ain't been open in 10 years.
Hey man, I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it.
Yeah, yeah. We already done that though, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't do it. Don't do it. I knew you was going there. I knew you was going there. Don't do it. Don't tell these dudes what we be doing. They gonna think we rich. We are not.
Listen, we're listen. This is a disclaimer right here. First, you heard it here. Nowhere else. I'm not rich. I will not speak for my brother. I can't speak for him. I'm sure he will say the same thing. We just have to have a nice quality of taste of life that we like to live and indulge in. That is it.
If the
And we do things in moderation.
if the IRS is listening, we have a lot of people we have a lot of people that we network with that like to give us things for free.
Mhm.
We do not pay for any of this stuff. Okay. Yes.
Mm-mm.
No. 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 If the IRS is listening, we pay our taxes, and you know how much we make, and we do not
Facts.
exceed those limits. Okay. Yes. All
One
right.
thousand percent.
Yes.
1000%.
Don't come over here. We are not getting.
Please, please stay away from us. Please, whatever you do.
We are not over here. Okay. Yeah. No. 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 Please.
We gone, man. We
Yes.
gone.
Yes. Yes.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That drop was perfect.
Oh yeah, we got drops now. They don't know. They'll figure it out when they hear them. You know what I mean?
For certain.
Yeah, we just gonna pull them out. We ain't even gonna tell them that we got them. You know what I mean? But
Mm-mm.
anyway, now that we got the hip hop and the pleasantries out the way, um, what you want to start with today, bro? Let's go and get to it. Oh Lord, I'm about to knock everything off my desk. Whoa, whoo, oh shoot! All right, these headphones throwing me all the way off, bro. I gotta chill
You might
out.
have to do one. You might have to take off one ear joint. You might have to do the one ear joint, man.
I know, right? Throwing my whole equilibrium off.
Oh man, no, we can start on what we was talking about last night. I think, man, or kind of like trying to do pre-pod. We just talk, you brought up a topic to me that was interesting because we've had some conversations in one of the group chats that we're in, and about men and
Mm,
you know sometimes how society right now in a way is emasculating the man
mm,
and wanting to make men more vulnerable, kind of trying to almost force it upon us instead of just allowing us to be who we are, who we are naturally to become as a man, as
mm.
evolution. And you 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 shared a clip with me. I want you to kind of break it down if you can, because I did watch it and thought it was interesting. But you know, just kind of get the backstory while we're here on this topic.
Yeah. I, so the clip I shared with you is a Breakfast Club clip, and I'm not going to talk about who it was just because
Mhm.
I don't know the brothers get down.
Right,
Um,
right.
but some things that he said kind of sat weird with me, and I think a
Hmm.
lot of things that have been going on in the new, I guess we can call this the social media age,
Facts.
the
Yeah.
age of social media,
Hmm.
uh, had a lot of things that have been going on where we're kind of asking men to not be men. You know what I mean? I say it as the world is trying to make men soft.
Hmm.
Um, and the basic premise behind what he was saying was that if a man tells you he's tired, then you should listen to him. And my thing was, okay, so should you not listen to a man? When should you when should you not? When should you and when shouldn't you? If he tells you he's tired and you dismiss it, that ain't that man's fault. That's your fault for dismissing it, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And I think it's hard. I think it's hard for men, for real men. Let me say it like this: for
Hmm.
real men to be emotional about things, because a real man has a purpose. A real man has a goal. And when you on your purpose and when you on your goal, you ain't got time to really be concerned with the emotion of yourself and others.
Hmm.
Um, and oh Lord, did I lose your mic?
No, I'm still here. Keep talking. I'm good.
Okay. Uh, so when you own your purpose and yo, what is going on? All right. Anyway, a man's a man's purpose on this planet is to create. A man's purpose on this planet is to build. A man's purpose on this planet is to have a goal. And we can't use a man's physical intelligence against him. It's just not something that
Mm,
we can do as a people, right? And simply because men have a physical intelligence and we don't show our emotions does not mean that you get to say that men are I found this word out the other day, less emotional intelligent, right? It's weird, bro. All these fucked up ass terms. Um,
yeah, yeah.
but I just okay, let's back up.
Uh-oh. Oh, he about to take the gloves off. He's taking the gloves off. He's taking the gloves off. I like it. I like it.
Because I'm trying to be nice. And let's
I know
let's
you
just
are.
back
I know
up.
you are.
Let's
I
let's
know
just
you are.
back up. Bro, stop asking men to be women, bro. We
Mm,
ain't women. We not. It's not what we do, right? We work with our hands, we build shit, we break shit. That's what we do. Right? Stop asking for us to be something that we are not. We are not emotional creatures. We just ain't. And if you want us to be that, then you're fooling yourself. You're not being honest with yourself about what a man is and what a man's responsibility on this planet is. Right? And you know what? I don't even want to make it a responsibility on this planet, right? Just stop asking us to be sissies. Stop. We not.
yeah.
We not walking around here in our emotions. We not walking around here feeling vulnerable. Bruh, a man that feels vulnerable is a sheep in the middle of lions, right? Real men ain't sheep, bruh. And all these dudes who are out here posturing to you in that way, talking to you in that way, are more than likely marketing something to you, right? Because those men
Trying to
ain't
steal your dream.
right. Those men ain't sheep neither. I can tell. You don't get to those positions by being sheep,
Mm-mm.
right?
Mm.
You get to those positions. You get to those positions by being apex predators, right?
Facts.
Right? Yeah.
Facts.
You know what I mean? That's what we are, man. We are apex predators. Ain't nothing ain't nothing on this planet more dangerous than a hungry man,
That's a fact.
right?
Cause he gonna eat.
He gonna eat. Yeah. And you could say all that, you could say all that jungle and all this and all that. That's the reason why they don't come to the lions don't make their way to these cities, bro. Cause they know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, Mike, how you feel about it, man? I said a lot. I ain't get to concisely articulate that the way I wanted to. But go ahead. What you think?
Uh, nah. I tend to agree with you a little bit on that. I tend to agree with you on that. Um, and I was kind of curious about his angle, but I kind of figured that out within the first 10 seconds. Because one thing that he said in that clip that I thought was interesting was he mentioned that when you see a brother in the street and he tells you, and you tell him to stay up, keep his head up, you know, that's the wrong thing to tell somebody. Most men ain't really walking around telling each other keep your head up either. Like sometimes most men, when they see each other that they don't know each other, are going to just do a respectable head nod to just acknowledge another man's presence as a respect. A head nod, a gesture, or whatever the case may be, tip of the cap. There really isn't much communication.
Mhm.
Unless you know the individual, that's when you can kind of say that. But in order for me to tell somebody to keep their head up, I have to know where their head is, and it's hard for a stranger to know where somebody's head is without really having an actual conversation with them. Just
Mhm.
pass somebody by, say, "Hey, brother, keep your head up." How you know my head's down? Just because I
Yeah,
look a certain way doesn't mean I'm not in a great headspace.
that's a sign of aggression.
Of course, a matter of fact, it's actually dismissive.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, if we really want to be honest, like keep your head
Real
up.
talk.
What you mean, bro? Like you don't really know me to tell me to keep my head up. And also, depending on who you're talking to, sometimes they can plant seeds of doubt, depending on that person that you're talking to. So it kind of be you have to be careful with the we have to be careful with the way we provide information, and I think that's in context. I think that's the real scary part about all of this, right? Is that
Mhm.
people say things, but they don't provide context with saying things. They want to make statements that stand out, but how about giving context that stands in and they can
Mhm.
stand throughout? Like, don't just give me some talking points that you kind of put up on your notes in your iPhone before the night before you came on the show. Like, I don't really want to hear that, but that's going over that's going over my head because I ain't really paying attention to it, if I'm being honest. So, and truth be told, that dude really ain't talking to me, and I'm cool with that, right? Like, I'm cool with that. But I kind of need people though that's going to have that kind of platform, that's going to utilize the platform that he was on. If you really want to help people become better, if you really want to help people in a specific mental state, then do it on your own. But don't charge for it. Don't charge for
Mm.
it. If you really want to get to the mass people, don't charge for it. But if you charge for it, just know that platform ain't the place to go. Because people ain't gonna take you serious because you just going up there for credit. You just going up there for street cred and clout. You're not really going up there for anything credible. You're not really trying to help anybody. You're trying to help yourself.
Hmm. It's interesting that you say that because do you and I'm gonna ask you this question. Do you think that we need help?
That's a loaded question.
Mhm. Mhm.
That's a loaded question.
You need context, or you want me to, or you want to just answer it in that low?
Nah, I see what
Because
you
I
did there.
yeah, nah. Because I can expound to make it
No. I'll answer it how you ask because
okay.
I think my answer will be yes and no. I think there's certain people that do need help,
Mhm.
um, and I think there are others that really don't. I think there are others that just kind of understand. They just kind of have an understanding and a knowledge of what needs to be done, and those individuals stay in their circles. They help the people that they know and that they've come across to know and that they've built a kinship with, and that's okay. That's kind of how it's supposed to be. You're not going to be able to reach everybody. I think sometimes we're in this huge, like you said earlier, we're in this social media age right now where it's almost like you're required to reach out to thousands of people. That's not always true.
Mhm.
Like, just because I tweet something, people like it and retweet it. If it gets to somebody, cool. If it don't, it don't. I won't really tweeting it for people. I was tweeting it for myself.
Mm.
If somebody happens to connect with it, then that's, hey man, that's par for the course. That's a beautiful thing, right?
Yeah.
But my object, I'm not out here trying to educate men on how to be men. Nah, bro. If you want to do that, let's have a real conversation. But we doing it offline. We're not doing it in 140 characters. I'm sorry, 280.
Yeah, man. I agree with you. I'm not quite sure people need help, right? I'm not quite sure that we need help.
Right? Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
um, and that's why I said I would try to give you some context, right?
Context. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so and let me say this first before I go there, right?
Hmm.
Um, if you have mental issues, please seek professional help.
Yes,
Do
please.
not do not look for that in Twitter. Do not look for that in Instagram. Do not look for that in your friends and your family. Please go seek professional help. Um, and if you're not a professional, what are you trying to help? Why are you trying to help? You're just
Mm.
adding confusion
Hmm.
to a
Talk about
field
it.
that you're not a part of. It's like you going down to it's like you going down to Charlotte, you know what I'm saying, and saying, "Yo, let me sit on the sidelines and coach up Lonzo Ball." They're gonna look at you like, "Bro, what?"
Hey, they gonna laugh your ass off at the Spectrum Arena.
Right.
Like,
Right.
what?
What, bruh? Nah. I see emotion in his face. We need to I saw it on the TV yesterday. He looked like he was kind of shook when he went out to shoot them free throws. I can give him emotional support by providing him with my new book. It's called How to Be a Man in the Age of the Man, right? So I just felt like I could come sit on your sideline and give him this book that I've been promoting through every
Yo,
avenue in the world, right? You feel me? Like, do people really need this much help? And if you're not getting help from a professional, are you really getting help, or are you just running around here perpetrating a fraud?
you got people out here just trying to hang on to your word so you can sell a product.
Right.
You want sheep. You don't really want shepherds.
Hmm. So you can keep selling them product. I came to an epiphany the other day, Mike. It shit hit me like a ton of bricks, bro.
Talk
Um,
about it.
remember how we were talking about crypto, and we were talking about how, and I was saying how white people always impress me by coming up with with new ways to change things, right? I realized
Yeah,
something, bro.
yeah.
I realized something, bro. Social media is now commercials,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's
And
all
you ain't
advertisements.
right. You And that's all it is. Social media is now turned into a walking commercial, right? So like you'll
Mm,
watch somebody watching a TV show, like for instance, like if you watch somebody watching a TV show, not on Netflix, but like a regular TV show on TV, or maybe
mhm,
like a basketball game or something, right? That's the best place
mhm,
to do it. You watch somebody watching a basketball game. When the commercials come on, they go straight to their phone
mhm.
and
Yeah,
pick up their
yeah.
phone and scroll through their social medias, right?
Mhm,
So you aren't getting your marketing no more through your commercials. You're getting all your marketing through social media, right? So it's really cultivated commercials. That's all it is. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
so like I was wondering, I was like, yo, um, I don't know what book it was, right? But I keep knocking everything off my goddamn desk. Um, I don't know. I don't know what book it was. I think it was The Art of War.
Mm.
No, The War of Art. The War of Art, not the
The
Art of
War of
War.
Art. Okay,
The War
okay.
of Art. They were talking about the owner of McDonald's, and the owner of McDonald's was with these Yale students of Harvard or one of these Ivy League schools, and he took them all out to dinner or whatever. Excuse me. And they're sitting at the dinner table and they're having a conversation, and he's like, "Yo," he asked all the students, like, "Yo, like, what business am I in?" And all the students kind of looked at him like he was like, "Nah. What business am I in?" And they was like, one of the students was like, "Yo, like, we all know, bro, you in the business of slanging these burgers, right? That's what you do. You slang burgers." he
Right,
was like,
right.
he was like, "No." He was like, "I'm in the business of real estate." And the purpose of what he was telling them was like, you got to know the business that you're in. Yes, I sling burgers, but my business is real estate. And if you understand McDonald's owns some of the most valuable real estate in the world, right? Most of the most valuable real estate in the world is owned by McDonald's, right?
Mhm.
So I come to a realization like all of these people on social media with all of these different titles, right? You go to like one of these influencers, social
Mhm.
media, they be like artist, actor, author, uh, digital programmer, right? They have all these their titles, right?
Dog
And
mom.
Right, right,
movie enthusiast,
right,
social
right.
critic,
There we
voiceover
go.
actor. Like,
Yeah,
come on, man.
food blogger. Um,
I got something for y'all. Yeah. Yeah, give yourself a
uh,
round.
yeah, yeah. Nah, that was for you because you came up with the name. Uh, so what they what their business is, all of those things are cool, but what their business is actually marketing. They're marketers.
Yeah. They're marketers. Yep.
They're
Yep.
not influencers, they're marketers. And social media is your commercial. And
Yep.
what can you get off in a 15 to 30-second clip?
Yeah. It's interesting that you say that because I think now it's weird to know that traditional marketing has shifted to social media
It's all
because
guerrilla marketing now, right?
yeah.
Even
Yeah.
traditional marketing is all guerrilla marketing.
And I think the thing that's really watered it down is that anybody can market anything as long as you pay for it. And I
Mhm.
think that's a scary proposition because there's no checks and balances for that. Like I can throw an ad out today for a business and it could be false. It could be a fake business, it can be a fake ad. But as long as I sign up for the account, as long as I have an email address, as long as I have a credit card that they can use to take the money out, because they don't care what business it is,
Right.
they will run that ad.
Yep.
They're not going through and checking the state of Virginia or the state of Georgia to see if this is a registered LLC. They're like, oh, okay, well, okay, we'll take that. You got a valid email account, we'll take it. Valid credit card, we'll take it. They don't care if the credit card's not attached to the business or not.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So, I
It's
mean,
scary, bro.
yeah, man. And so you got to think about that in terms of people saying they want to help you, right? You're asking marketers to help you with your with your emotional intelligence, right? You're asking marketing agencies essentially, right, to help you with your emotional intelligence. And it's interesting to me that these people go on these platforms and they never talk about what they specialize in. Like comedians go to a platform and they never talk about comedic timing. Basketball players
Mm,
go on a platform and they never talk about how many hours they put in the gym or what they trained on last week, right? Um, they always talk about some sort of marketing. They always talk about some sort of brand management. They always talk about some sort of commercialization, the thing that they're promoting this week, right?
mhm.
Um, and nor does the person who's talking to them, nor does the person who's communicating, nor does the person who's doing the interview try to bring out their expertise,
Nope.
right? So you
It's
got to
all
ask
product
yourself,
placement.
right? So you got to ask yourself, do these people really want to help you? Because if they really want to help you, they would give you the information that they are expertise in, that they are experts in, right? All right.
That's right.
So I
And
mean,
and they would charge you accordingly. They wouldn't charge you 19.95.
right. Yeah. You really want to know like where you stand with somebody, ask them to teach you how they make ask them to teach you the thing that makes them the most money and you will really see where you stand with them.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll really see they'll be like, "Nah, son, I charge $200 an hour to do that, dog. Nah, you can't get that." You be like,
Why
"Oh,
not?
okay."
Why
Like,
not?
"Oh, okay. All right, bro, I got you.
Why not? You think I can't afford it because I'm on Instagram
I
and I
got you,
liked your
bro.
page?
I got you, bro. I got you. 200, huh? Okay. All right. All right, I
You
feel you.
sure? You sure it's not 1,000?
Hey, bro. You know. And see,
You
and
sure I
that,
don't need my insurance? Like, my
and that,
insurance pays
and
for it.
and that's when they get arrogant too, because then you be like, oh, well, if I'm gonna pay you that money, then like let me see your credentials, and then they'll be like, what? Oh, I have never, right? You be like, you be like, oh well,
Yeah.
shoot, like if you want to charge me that much, like I could just go down here to the school and get me an actual degree. Like I could just do that. But with all that being said, like you can go down there to the actual school and get you a degree. So why do you need help? You don't need help. Everything you everything you need is right here, man. Right here. If you just use this, you will be fine. But people don't want to use this. So,
Yeah.
and by this,
Yeah.
I mean your entire self. But I don't want to get too deep.
Listen, that connects everything else. But again, we won't go there tonight.
Yeah.
Just educate yourself, man. That's it. Or or just like, subscribe to the F Your Food Blog YouTube channel. Get all the information you need from us.
Yeah, right. Because we coming out with a book next week. It's called Mind Your Business.
Sucker.
Ah,
And it's gonna be $25.99 on Amazon Prime.
yeah. Yeah. By $25.99, he mean $2,299. You thought it was $22. Nah, son.
Context. It's important.
Yes.
It's important.
Most definitely. Most
It's
definitely.
important. That was good. That was good. That was good. That was good.
What else we got, man?
So I want to say this because this can kind of segue into something,
Okay.
right? So I went to lunch today with my coworkers,
Okay.
and
It's always an interesting experience.
it is. Shout out to my guy K. I won't say his full name,
Okay.
but he's from across the pond,
Okay.
and went to lunch. Man, it's coming in town. Had a business meeting, so they brought everybody in town, and you know you always find out things about people in their walks of life just by asking those conversations, or really just by talking.
Mhm.
Sometimes you think just kind of come out right. Found out I think he's maybe 4 or 5 years younger than I am. Maybe five. He may be in his late 20s, mid 20s. Self-taught programmer, self-taught
Mm.
web developer. He's worked for multiple startups,
Huh?
and it was interesting to me because we had a conversation about COVID, and then we had a conversation about credit, about money,
Okay.
and where he's from, the country that he lives in, that he's a citizen of.
Okay.
They don't have a credit system that says good credit, okay credit, decent credit, bad credit. You only get docked if you miss a payment on things. And once that's done, that's it. There is no
Okay.
credit system.
Cool.
So it got me to thinking, like, why do we have the structures that we have in
Mm.
place, right? Why
Mm.
why why, why do we have the economic restraints that we have on ourselves, right?
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Go ahead. My
You
bad.
know, no, that's true. Because I didn't really want to go into that much of a conversation with him about that, but
Mm-hmm.
I did tell him. I said, it's interesting. I said, we here, and I said it in a very broad, vague term.
Mm-hmm.
But what I really meant was, yeah, black people really can't go out and just get anything they want because they got a number on us. We're all a number to them, and
Mm-hmm.
not just a credit score. To my social
Mm-hmm.
security number, your date of birth, and to my your license,
Yep.
your license plate. We're all a number. We're just a number on a totem pole, right? And it got me to thinking about cryptocurrency because we had this conversation before. My man said, and to a certain extent, I do agree with you on that, right? But I do find it highly intriguing to me now that without any regulations, they're still looking to develop and find ways to regulate it. And I think for me, it's kind of almost becoming like marijuana right now, where they haven't quite found a way to truly legalize marijuana worldwide throughout the United States. So they're allowing certain states to kind of test this theory out, right? They're allowing the states that most frequently probably are some of the biggest customers and have some of the biggest consumer base in
Right.
said product. So why would they not do that with crypto? But it sounds like they are. But it's not
Mm.
going to be crypto. It's going to be USO, right? It's going to be a US currency. And so, you know, I hate that we've kind of gotten, I won't say we, but I hate that the society has kind of gotten bamboozled by by digital currency, and that
Funny
there
money.
are there are millions of people that fell for that placebo because it's all a ploy, right?
Get
It's
rich
all a
quick
ploy for
scheme.
what they it's all a ploy for what they really want to do. They want to throw out a litmus test.
Mhm.
If we throw something out there and create it and say that nobody's ever heard of it before, and then we have a bunch of people that are truly smart throw their name
Mhm.
and recognition behind it and money into it.
Mhm.
And while that's thrown out there in the forefront, we're behind the scenes and we're going to create our own digital currency. It's going to go alongside the dollar, but we're going to regulate it. So if you decide to use said digital currency, we'll have your footprint everywhere. You can't get away from us. The dollar, we can't track it. You get a dollar, we don't know where you spend it. But we got you with chips. We gonna get you with this. We know everything that you spend now. We know all your we know all your spending tendencies. We know when you go
Mm.
in the food line to buy that ice cream. So you know what? Every time you're on Twitter, you're gonna see an ice cream ad for Jenny's. You can see an ice cream ad for Ben and Jerry's. We know you like Colin Kaepernick. Get that Ben and Jerry's Colin Kaepernick flavor.
It's black.
Yeah, it's just kind of it's amazing, man. It's amazing how we've seen those things and how companies are utilizing it now. And I have a little more skin on that game there, but the key is really digital payments, right? And I think that's the thing that we really have to kind of keep in mind here. So I say that to ask you this: when we had this conversation about crypto, right?
Mhm.
If the U.S. creates their own digital currency,
Mhm.
what's going to happen to all these black people that went out and brought crypto?
Nothing, because black people ain't go out and buy crypto. Yeah.
I ain't gonna say
Black
no
people ain't
names.
go out. Black people ain't go out here and buy no crypto. I mean, it was a small group, small groups of people, but for the most part, most of the people that I know who are black, they kind of looked at this as like a get rich quick scheme,
Hmm.
right? And black people, we always skeptical of get rich quick schemes. We get rich quick schemes. We're always
Hmm.
skeptical of those things, right? And for the most part, most of the people that I know, most of the black people that I know, um, if they didn't have like large sums of money stored away that they were already going to invest in something, they didn't touch
Right.
crypto. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
And those people who had those large sums stored away, they not touching crypto because I mean they don't care whether they lose that money because they were going to invest it anyway. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Um, so yeah, I don't think black people are going to be affected in any way, shape, or form. Um, by that, it's just going to be another way to pay for some stuff for us, and that's really what it's going to be. I think the United States government making crypto is kind of it would be a smart it would be a smart move for them,
Hmm.
um, just to make money, but I mean, they already got crypto, so they don't really need it, right? Like the dollar is their crypto. Like they don't need it. They don't need to make a cryptocurrency. They could stop the circulation of dollars tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
right? We saw they've done it before. Like we used to have a $2 bill.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't see old hundreds no more.
They
You don't
gone,
see
man.
s- you don't
400
see
is
some
gone.
yeah, you don't see small face hundreds no more, right?
Hey,
You
you barely
don't
see $5 bills.
That's what I'm saying, right? Like you barely see coins, really, unless you pay everything with cash. You hardly ever see a coin.
Hey man, hey, what happened to them gold dollars, man? What happened to them gold dollars they was throwing out there giving everybody saying,
Right,
man, quit your gold dollars. I ain't seen a
right.
gold dollar in 10 years.
I got a few of them. I got a
I
few
got
of them.
some too that I saved, bro, but I don't see them
Yeah,
out in the store. You can't put
me
them in a
neither.
vending machine, baby. You got
Mm-mm,
where you spending
mm-mm.
them? Where are you taking them?
Yeah, exactly. Right. So, I find it interesting. I think crypto is I think crypto is just a new hot thing. Um, the same way stocks and bonds were like 5 years ago, right? Remember when
Mm,
everybody was investing in stock, like stock was new 4 or 5 years ago?
uh,
Um,
yeah.
the same way like tech companies were the new hot thing in the early in the mid 90s, right?
Mhm.
Everybody was investing in tech in the mid 90s. Then everybody started investing in stocks and bonds. Um,
Yeah.
and real estate has always been that kind of go-to for people who, if you got a little money and you ain't got no knowledge, you can always go to real estate, right? And crypto is
Yeah.
that new thing, right? If you got a little bit of money, you ain't got no knowledge, you can go into crypto and make you a little money, right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
it's gonna always be that kind of thing. But for people with expertise, unless you got a lot of money stored up over to the side, ready to invest, you ain't invested in crypto like that. Because it's still a currency that can't get anything for you. It's still a currency that the only thing crypto makes for you is more dollars,
That's it. That's it. That's it.
right?
Because you can't use it in the stores. You can't use it in retailers. And the only way you really gonna spend it is if you say, "Hey, I got 3 coins. Would you like to buy some?" Somebody
Right.
says yes. Well, guess what? The asking price is 50,000 per coin. I need 150. So
Right.
cold hard cash, and this is all yours.
That ain't nothing but the stock market.
That's all it is. It's return on investment. It's ROI. That's all it
Yeah.
is.
Ain't nothing
That's
but the
all it
stock
is.
market. And it fluctuates in that same way,
Hmm. Yep.
right? It goes up and
Yep.
down with speculation,
One
right?
thousand percent.
Yeah. You don't have a I just, we talked about this already, but man, you got a currency that's backed by a currency that's backed by nothing, right? Like that's what you got, bro. So whatever. Hey man, have fun with that funny money. I get it. It's just another way to act like you doing something that you're not doing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
I do find it interesting though because I am curious to see how this is going to transpire because we
But
all know there's curveballs.
you in it in a different way though,
Yeah. So
and I don't know what you can and cannot say. So I'm not gonna
no, I'm not
say
doing that again.
anything.
I'm not doing
Right?
that again.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything because I don't know what you can and cannot say. Right?
No, I made that mistake last night, and luckily we
Right.
did not say that. That would have been on every headline. Oh man, we'd have blew up, boy. We'd have blew up for real.
Well, maybe. Nah.
Nah, I'd have lost my job, but we'd have blew up though. We'd have blew up for sure. We'd have blew up for sure. Um,
Maybe.
yeah,
I don't, bro. Like,
nah, that news drop that either it's gonna make him mad or it's gonna make him rich. But either way, we're gonna be on every world news cycle, every fintech news article. We go Wall Street
ooh,
Journal.
yeah. Let's let's not do that.
Yeah,
I'm not prepared for it. Not prepared for it. I'm just getting adjusted to headphones, bro. I ain't prepared. I'm not prepared for that, bro.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
no.
yeah. No, and so I won't divulge too much because I can't. But I do know there is a lot of money that's being thrown around into this, and I know that
Mhm,
there are a lot of people in the the AML world and the compliance world that are really pushing for this to be regulated. And if they get their wish, then it's going to create a very different ripple effect with the people who already have it. And like you said, a lot of us didn't go out there and buy none. So it's going if it does get regulated, there will be some wealth gaps that'll be basically even more steeper than what we already have.
mhm,
And that's
mhm.
going to be unfortunate.
Yeah, most definitely. But I
So
mean, well, wealth gaps have always been here, and they ain't going nowhere, right? Like,
they're just going to get wider.
yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like, so this another thing. I had this conversation with somebody who was trying to tell me that investing was a good thing for me to do. And my point to him was, bro, the only way to make money in this in capitalistic system is to buy something for one thing and sell it for double. It's the only way to make money, right? So whether I'm investing, whether you selling t-shirts, whether you pumping art, whether you pumping real estate, the only way to make money in this is to buy something for one price and sell it for another. And if you're not doing that, then you're just the sheep of this system, bro. Then you're working for somebody that's trying to do that.
Mhm. Right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all it is. That's all it is, man. It's a rich dude. It's a rich dude making $1 million a year selling the top of broom handles, bro. Like all you got to do is find a thing that works for you and do that thing to its fullest, right? Get you some emotional intelligence behind that thing, right? and 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 push that thing to devil, man. I think the what is it? It's if you multiply the dollar times itself 20 times, you'll have $1 million, right?
Yes.
Like it's only 20 times. If you multiply a dollar times itself 20 times, you'll have $1 million, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, how do you double your money?
Yeah. How do you do it
Some
20 times over?
how do you double your dollar 20 times over, right? And that's the goal. Whether you do it through investing, whether you do it through selling product, whether you do it through sales, whether you do it through any of this, right?
Mhm.
How can you double that dollar 20 times
Mhm.
and make that $1 million or that $1 billion or whatever your goal is?
I think the interesting thing too is that there's so many resources in front of us that people really don't look into. Like
Mhm.
you can get a financial advisor. I think sometimes people feel like you can't really go out there and get one. You can get like a wealth you can get a wealth asset manager, right? Like you just have to know the right ways of going about doing it. They're trying to sell you a product.
And that's bro, because who knows who's the right person to deal with my money? Like like how do you know that's the right person to deal with your money? Like you don't know. Like you making a guess. You hope, but you don't know.
That's
I
true.
mean,
That's true.
so I get what you're saying. No, I get it. Like you should get somebody out there who knows what they're doing. You should find some expertise in finance
Mhm.
to do these things for you. But that's a scary proposition for somebody who ain't been doing this for a long time, right?
It is. It is. And that's where you
Especially people
rely
who
on.
got this new money.
Yeah, well, see, the people who got new money, they ain't really worried about trying to keep it. They worry about spending it, and that's a scary proposition too.
Some of them trying to keep it.
Some of them are. I no No doubt about that. Some of them are, but there's a
Yeah,
lot more people trying to spend it though, and they
I
trying to spend it
mean,
as fast as they can get it, bro.
yeah, I guess you got a point there, but it's just hard, man. It's hard. Like I, cause I got a personal kind of qualm with that, just because it was so hard. Been so hard for me to find lawyers. It's been so hard for me to find accountants. It's been so hard for me to find the expertise to help me, right? Um, Especially if you live in towns live in cities like we live, right? We live
Mhm.
in a metropolis, but this ain't a major thoroughfare for any real business um other than like
Food
education,
or education. Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Education and medicine, right?
Yep.
And these pharmaceutical companies, man, they got money's man, man. They can just hire people out of college to do those things for them. Um,
Mhm.
so it's really hard for a person like me to find the expertise to help me, going forward with lawyers and stuff, because I don't know who's in it. I don't know who's good, who's reputable, you know what I mean, without asking somebody. So yeah.
And so I think sometimes too, and I won't speak for you, but I'm pretty sure you got the same thing. But sometimes we've had the advantage of having people that have been in that situation before, so we can rely on them. Now, mind you, sometimes the people that they've used may not be around, they may not be doing it anymore.
Oh,
So,
they too
you
fucking expensive. Like
know,
yeah, I know some people who done some things, but they done stepped it up to a level that I can't get to, bro. Like, your lawyer ain't gonna work for me because I can't afford him, right? Yeah, bro. Like, he a good lawyer. Yes, he's a damn good lawyer, my nigga. But he was sitting across from goddamn Al Sharpton on the OJ trial. I can't afford that nigga, man. You talking about- What are you talking about, bro? Like, yeah.
oh
Yeah,
man, that's yeah,
I can't afford him. Yeah, yeah, he's a great lawyer, my nigga, but he's the agent for Rasheed Wallace. I cannot afford this nigga, man. Like, I
yeah,
can't. I
yeah,
can't. Yeah,
yeah,
he's the
a little
agent for
different.
Jerry Stackhouse, bro. How you think I can afford him? I can't. I can't.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, yeah.
And then they say, I'm sorry, I'm triggered. My bad, you triggered me. My fault. I'm saying too much already. But But then, you go to that lawyer, he's like, "Yeah, well, go see my man over here." And, so you go to his man, you know what I mean? He like, "Yeah, he'll take care of you." Go to his man, and his man is a fucking asshole. So now what? Now you gotta go back to him and tell him, "Nah, man, your man was an asshole, bro. Like, I ain't like him." Like, now what? Now he gonna offer you another man? Nah, he gonna be like, "My bad, bro. I tried. I gotta go take care of my client that's giving me this money." Like, you feel me? So, yeah, nigga, I'm sorry, my
Bro, I
bad.
didn't
I was
realize that was gonna be.
triggered.
I didn't realize that was.
I was
I
triggered.
didn't
I
realize that
was
was gonna be.
triggered.
I didn't realize that was gonna be a sore spot. I really did. I had no clue. I had no
It's
clue, bro.
hard, man. It's hard. It's
No clue.
hard out here trying to find somebody to read a contract, man. I'm telling you.
It's hard to find somebody that you trust, right? Like that's kind of the thing too. You
Kanye
got to be
said
able to
niggas
trust that.
can't read. Niggas can't read. Like, I felt that. I felt that because he won't talking about like, nah, we can't read a book. He's talking about, bro, we can't read a contract. You go sit this contract in front of me. I don't know what I'm
We don't
doing.
have the we don't have the patience nor the
Right.
wherewithal to read a contract.
Nor the expertise, nor the education. Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I can read a
Yeah.
contract though. I done read a bunch of contracts, bro.
Have you ever read an artist licensing contract?
I have.
Okay, well, you
And
need to come over
that's
here.
because I've had some you know I had some expertise in that field. So I've
Okay.
been around some people that been around some people that been around some really cool people, right? So
All right. So when I sue these motherfuckers because the contract ain't right, you go come up here and represent me in court too, right?
no, I am not a
See?
licensed lawyer. I don't have a bar exam. First of
See,
all,
that's
bro,
what I'm
listen.
saying. That's what I'm saying. So you might be good at it, and I'm gonna be like, yeah. Yeah, it be like I got my mans to read it, and they gonna be like, "Well, who's your mans?" They gonna be like, "Oh, that's my fucking football brother, right?" And they gonna be like, "Bro, you should have got a lawyer." And I'll be like, "But no, fam, like,
He said he can read the contract.
yeah, he read it, like he read it. He gave me some good advice. Obviously, see, he gave me good advice. They be like, "Yes, sir," but this dude over here got 45 lawyers. You over here by yourself talking about your man read it, right? Like,
Hey, bro, listen, I don't have the legal acumen
right,
to represent anybody in court, not even my damn
right,
self.
right. Right. So like, and so that's for me, right? Like I trust that you could do it, right? I trust that you could do it. And I might have you read it, you right along with the lawyer, right? You might see something that he don't see. But you still gotta have you still gotta have that in the background, right?
Yeah,
Like I used
you
to
need
tell,
experts.
yeah, like I used to tell my kids, um, or let me flip that. Like my mama used to tell me. My mama used to be like, yo, make sure you tell me where you going before you leave the house. I'll be like,
Mhm.
Mama, get out here, like, yeah, fuck out here. I'll be back, right? And she was like, no, you need to tell me because if something happened to you and the police come back here and they ask me where you was at, I don't want to sit here looking like I'm stupid and don't know where the hell you was, right? So you at least need to tell me where you was going. And I got it. I get it, right? Like you don't want to look like as a parent, like something happened to your child and they be like, "Yo, why was your child here?" And he'd be like, "No, my child ain't there." No, yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. He was over there. You
So
know?
either it's gonna look like your child is a liar or your unfit mother, and neither
Right.
one of those don't look good in the eyes of
Both of
people
those are
that,
bad.
quite frankly, don't look
Yep.
like us.
Yep. Both of those
Yeah,
are bad.
yeah. No,
Yep.
listen, bro. Listen, bro. I've had that, been through there, been there, done that. Don't want to do that
Mhm.
again. You know what I mean? And my grandfather always told me one thing. He said, if you ever get a certain amount of money, don't rely on one person to watch your money.
Mhm.
Hire somebody so hire somebody to watch your money, but hire somebody who watches him who watches your money. Gotta have checks and balances.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Context.
Context.
Context. So let's get to the meat of this. Let's get to the meat of this thing for the night. Let's
Oh
get to the
Lord.
meat of
Here
this
we
thing for
go.
the night.
Here we go.
You think we've gotten too radical with our message?
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, let's get to the meat. Let's get to the crux of this conversation tonight, bro.
What we
Let's
talking
let's
about,
get to it.
man?
Let's
What we
get to it,
talking
man.
about? What we talking about?
Well, so you ruffle the feathers, I'm gonna help you ruffle some more, right?
Let's
So
do it.
we'll
I'm
let
ready.
you leave with this one.
Oh, you don't want to leave with this one?
I mean, listen, man. Because
You
it's your
don't?
question, right? It's your question.
Yeah,
You
nah,
pose it.
nah. Yeah, it's my question. It's my question. All right. So, um, relationships. Let's go. Nah, I'm playing. So,
No, I really don't.
so I posed a question on my Instagram, which honestly was the biggest question that I've ever posed on my Instagram. Right? It's got the most response that I've ever got. Yes, the
Really?
most response I've ever gotten on Instagram was from this question, which was extremely weird. But I posed a question. I said, "Is communication in a relationship overrated? Yes or no?"
Listen. You want to give the results because it was a resounding result, which I was rather. I won't say I was surprised. I won't say I was
Uh,
surprised.
it was 100% no.
Oh my god, corny, lame, boo, tomato, tomato, tomato. I'm throwing tomatoes.
Bruh. 100% no. 100% no, bruh. I posed a question to my social media, and hold on, we gotta get that. I ain't got. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I posed a question to my social media: is communication in a relationship overrated? And everybody said no. Two things I got from that. I'm gonna let you go before I go on this rant that I'm about to go on. Two things I got from that. Most of those people were single,
Mhm.
right? And or engaged.
Mm.
I didn't see any married men comment on it. I don't even think you hit yes or no.
I mean, we talked about it. So when I saw it, I didn't even bother with it at that
Right.
point.
Right. But yeah, I found that interesting. So how do you feel about communication in a relationship? Do you think communication is overrated? But before you answer that question, where do you rate communication in a relationship? I was interested that nobody else asked me that too. They just said it wasn't overrated. Where do you rate communication in a relationship?
That'd be top 3. It's top 3. It's probably not the. It's probably not the first one though, because I think you can't really have a
Ah.
relationship without the attraction, one, and then just the
Mhm.
mutual love for that person, second. And if we want to go down further, on top of that, there needs to be respect. So
Mm.
then, if I put those 3 things right at the top, then communications down there, probably sitting at 4 or 5. So,
What I what I also found interesting about that was everybody thought I was talking about relationships between a man and a partner and a partner,
mhm.
right?
And I think sometimes that's interesting too, because most really good relationships, communication is overrated because what's understood doesn't need to be explained.
Give that man a round of applause. Give that man a round of applause. Yes, sir.
Now, I'm going to say this because there are times where communication has its lapses, right?
Mhm.
Sometimes it just happens. Like, and I know she might kill me for this, but I'm gonna use it anyway. Tonight was a
Mm.
perfect example.
Mm.
Tonight was a perfect example.
Don't do it if it's gonna get you in trouble.
And listen, man, it's the same. We've had this conversation before.
Okay.
You're trying to figure out what to eat. Somebody, the other party tells you they don't know what they want. Then they call you and ask you. So I give you a suggestion. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, are you going to order the food? Yes. All right. I turn around. Food is already ordered. I said, well, great. I don't really need to do anything then. Thought I was out of the clear. I said, she's going to take care of it. Good. Get a phone call. Did you order the food? Yes. There was pizza and wings ordered. Oh, no. I did that. And it wasn't for us. Well, it would have been nice to know that. It would have been nice to know that. It would have been nice to know that. But
Somehow
those
you're
things
still
happen
married.
sometimes.
Somehow you're still married. Wow. Look at that. A miscommunication. And somehow your wife still loves you. That's interesting.
And I still love her to the moon and back. I would goddamn
How?
die on a bed of nails.
Oh, boy, this man is trying to keep me hitting the applause button. Yo, yes, yes, I love my wife too. Yeah, give her some of that.
Yo,
My
that's
God,
crazy.
corny,
Nah, but
lame, boo. Tomato, tomato, tomato. I'm throwing tomato.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
yo, that's hilarious. But nah, man. But listen, it happens. Like you're gonna have some. No relationship is perfect.
Okay,
It is,
okay.
but it's also not to say that. It's also not to make it the end all be all. And I
Mhm.
think that's kind of where people are right now. in relationships. I think sometimes we end up having situations where, and not just men and women, it's anything. It could be
Right.
brothers that can have a relationship.
Mhm.
What's understood is that if I date a girl, you don't need to date her after that, bro. That should just be understood as a
Mm.
man.
Mm.
That should just be understood as a man. They shouldn't be no communication with that. And if we're not on the same page with that, that's just a miscommunication that that we never had.
Right.
But that should be understanding. That should be if we say the same thing and we agree on the same thing, then don't turn around 2 months later and say, "Oh man, what if she's the one? What if she's not?"
And that is it right there. Say what you said one more time. Say what you said one more time.
Listen, man. Hold on. Hold on. Let's address the comment in the room first. Tell your wife I'm leaving and don't say it. It happens all the time. See, see.
Say
We're trying not to go there, but we can do that because that's happened.
Yeah.
I all the time. It's some listen.
Yeah.
I'm cool. I'm going out. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay. But guess what? I'm coming back home. It's a level of trust that's there. Trust is high on that list too. It's definitely high above communication because you can't communicate if you don't trust somebody. Okay.
This man is trying to get all the applause tonight, bro. I'm so stop hitting this button.
My
for
bad.
me.
Listen. I know you want to go on a rant, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Keep it brief.
But I
Right.
want you to say, I kind of even forgot what you said before that.
Oh no. I can repeat it.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. I love dropping bars. I'm gonna redrop it.
Go ahead.
If you tell me you're dating my ex and was to be understood between two men, is that is off bounds and that's off limits and out of bounds. When you go behind my back and we've had that understanding and you say, nah, man, she could be the one. What if she's not?
Mm-hmm.
Then what happens to the relationship then?
Mm-hmm. And I think the important part there is okay. First of all, I don't know how I even want to start this, Mike, because
My bad.
I
My
want
bad.
no. You did a great job there, right? I can't do anything but applaud you again. So we're gonna hit that drop one more time. I can't do anything but applaud you again, and I kind of want to touch 3 points of this, right?
Okay, let's do it.
And I want to touch your point last because the last point that you made is the point that I really want to drive home as far as this relationship and communication thing is concerned. Um, but if you were saying that communication is the most important part of a relationship, which is what I've been hearing my whole life, which is what I hear all of these people talking about, communication is the biggest part of a relationship, then what you're saying is everybody that's bad at communicating,
Go on
you
with it.
can't be in a relationship. And as a person that's bad at communicating, I take offense to that. As a person who is a bad communicator, I take offense to that. You telling me simply because I don't communicate well that I shouldn't be in a relationship because you need to communicate with your partner. Well, I don't communicate well. So you telling me a person can't love me because I don't communicate well? You telling me a person can't be with me because I don't communicate well? Then why I'm sitting over here with a beautiful woman on my shoulder and you sitting up here liking posts on Instagram and you single?
Get a gunshot for yourself, please.
Sorry.
Facts. I guess you guys got burned that time, didn't you guys?
Right? And I'm gonna tell you the guys honest truth. Tell you the guys honest truth. I had good communication with my first wife, and that shit didn't work out. How about that shit?
That boy, he's on fire. Bars.
Right? So you got all these people running around here talking about communication is the key, and I get it. You're single. When you're single, communication is the key because you got to communicate more with the person that you're trying to get with because y'all don't know each other. But you don't see people married for 30, 40 years running around here communicating all the time with each other. The point.
Listen, bruh.
The point is to get to the point where you don't have to do all that talking.
Give a round of applause for yourself, please. Come on, man.
God damn it! Right?
Facts.
Yeah. So when I hear people talking all this communication, when I hear people talking about all this communication stuff, I'm like, yo, like you sitting up here telling me that a bad communicator like myself, right, and a bad communicator like most men, because most men are bad at communicating,
100% fact,
right, are going to be bad at relationships, right?
Listen, hold on, my brother's, hold on, man. Just repeat that part you said again. If I'm a bad communicator, you mean to tell me I shouldn't be in a relationship?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I honest to God, I know
let's talk about it, Mike.
She's gonna laugh, and she's probably gonna rub it in my face. But I can at times be a horrible communicator. Sometimes I don't feel like saying things.
Right.
Sometimes I just kind of want things to just go. If you know me, you know what I'm thinking. You know, I'm simple, man. I don't ask for a lot.
Talk about it.
Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, just come home. That's it. I'm good with just being in your presence. I don't need a bunch of stuff, man. I don't need a bunch of talking to us. Nah, man. My grandparents been married for 47 years until my grandfather passed away last year in 2001. I can count on the times on my hand. I've been in their house for 10 hours, 12 hours. How many times they communicate with each other?
Right. Ain't say nothing.
It ain't a lot. They both be in two separate spaces in the house. But when it's dinner time, it's eye drop time. It's time to watch TV in the news.
Right.
That's when they talk.
Right.
All the other times, playing solitaire, watching the news, washing clothes. Some things just need to be understood. That's it.
Right. And that's the last part that I wanted to talk about, right? And that's the part that you talked about with the communication between like a man and his brother, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's we be mistaking communication for accountability.
Ooh, drop a bomb for you. We ain't got no bombs. I'm sorry. Drop
I got another
gunshot.
Applause. Right. You be mistaking communication for accountability. Right. For instance, well, no, let's not even go to for instance first. Let's not even go to for instance first, right? Let's just think about this thing. Let's just think about this thing for a second, right?
Right on the head, Basil. Absolutely.
Communication is the relaying of information, right? That's the definition of communication. Is basically the relaying of information, right? How much information do you need to give? How much information do you need to give your partner?
Just enough for them to know and understand.
You only need to give enough information for your partner to be satisfied. And everybody's partner is different.
Facts.
Right?
Facts.
Right. Hey, honey, I just came home. I slept with that big booty chick down the street. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm going to get something to drink and I'm gonna go watch TV. I did a great job at relaying information to my honey, right? That's good communication, right? You think she ain't gonna be mad? But baby, like communication is the most important part of a relationship. I just told you everything that I did. What you mad about?
Oh God,
Right?
that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Yeah,
Right? No.
yeah.
What's most important is accountability. What's most important is making sure the rules of engagement are set out in the beginning of your relationship. So a person don't get to the card table and forget that the deuce of hearts and the deuce of diamonds are goddamn cutters, right? Or wild cards. And you sitting up here throwing the deuce out and you cutting my ace of spades. Now we got a problem. And we can't talk across the board, so it ain't no communication.
It's just understanding.
Nah, bro, you ain't accountable to your goddamn actions. You supposed to remember that the deuce of spades is wild. Now you cutting me at the table. Now we losing.
Oh,
Now we losing in life because you done forgot the rules.
oh shit.
Right? Yeah.
Yo, hold on.
Go
I
ahead.
don't think you know what you just did though. Spades is the ultimate game where communication is it's not essential, but
Right.
it's a relationship between two people as
Right.
partners that have to
Right.
try to accomplish a goal
Yep.
and understand, you know, the rules ahead of time. And if you see that, if you pay, you got to pay attention to what's on the board, pay attention to what's in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
That's essentially what a relationship is,
Yep.
because you have
And
to set the
imagine if
ground
you
rules
play.
ahead of time.
Imagine if you try to play spades without knowing the rules first.
You can get your ass tore up.
Like, imagine if you playing spades and you think that the deuce of spades is the big joker, right? Or is the third joker, right?
Mhm.
And the person beside you say, nah, the deuce of spades is the deuce of spades, right? We ain't playing three jokers, we only playing two, right? And the person beside you say, we play with the two of hearts. And they didn't kept the two of hearts in there, right? So now you misdealing. Don't even realize you misdealing because this fool playing with different rules,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, the most important part of a relationship are the rules you set in the beginning, and everybody has to be accountable to those rules, right? And if you set good rules in the beginning, then the communication part ain't nothing but intimacy between you and your partner.
Get that
But if
goddamn man a handshake, man.
but if you make it communication the most important part of your relationship, then everything you do from here on out has to be communicated. Then who wants to live like that? No, I just want to be accountable to my partner. I don't want to have to tell you everything that I'm doing. I don't want to have to come and ask you for permission to do anything that I'm doing, right? I know what you like, I know what you don't like. All right? Hey, I know where I stand in those things. I know what I can and cannot do. Right? I know what I can touch, I know what I can't. I know what'll set you off, I know what it won't, right? All right. It's just accountability. It's accountability for your actions. But if I got to sit down here and communicate with you about every little thing, then who wants to live? Who wants to live in that type of situation where I got to sit down and communicate with you about everything that's going on?
It won't last long.
It will not last long at all.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it real funky and get you put your hand on that trigger because I'm about to start shooting.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I see why some of y'all are still single if y'all got communication over trust. It's just I don't know, just a shot in the dark.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't want to beat
We've
up
had,
on the single people either. Like, I don't want to beat up on the single people. They don't know.
no, they don't. You're right. They don't. They don't.
They don't know. And that's what I'm trying to explain to you, because what really set me off what really set me off, Mike, was this girl. She was responding to me on a social media platform, the age of social media. We know, whatever.
Right,
Um,
right, right.
and she was responding to something I said about uh the dude Darren Jackson, that dude, right?
Darren Jackson.
The swole dude who cheated on his wife came
Oh,
out holding her all
yeah.
tight. Yeah. Okay. I said something about that dude, right? Yeah, gunshots. I said I said something about that dude, right? And and she responded, she was like, "Yeah, I think that's why communication is key, right? That's why you need to be a good communicator with your partner." And I'm sitting up here like, yo, like I felt like she was coming at me, right? Because I'm like, yo, I'm a bad communicator, right? Like, and you single, and I'm not. Like, how does this work? You know what I mean? Oh, so it was kind of interesting. I'm coming with it. Boom, there we go.
Listen, you find out about the little things by communicating, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Communication is secondary because you have to be attracted to that person to even want to know those things to begin with.
Hmm. Yeah,
And
I
again,
felt.
you can't
Oh, go
communicate
ahead.
without attraction. No, I'm
Yeah,
saying you just can't communicate without attraction. You can't communicate without trust. You can't communicate without love. As
right,
simple as that. And quite
right.
frankly, trust, attractiveness, and love are also forms of communication.
Yeah, yeah. I failed it. I failed. Bang bang. Like for me, I failed at a marriage. Right. I failed at a marriage, and and communication was key to that marriage. And I realized that communication is not that important. What is that important is understanding to set the rules of engagement first, right? Everybody should know the rules and everybody should know what part they play in this relationship, right? Because what's going to happen is what's going to happen in the relationship is you're going to grow as a person. You're going to learn things. You're gonna grow, you're gonna get more money, right? You're gonna learn things, you're gonna come across smarter people, you're gonna it's from the time you 25 to the time you 35 is gonna be one set of growth. From the time you 35 to the time you 45 is gonna be another set of growth. From the time you
Facts.
45 to 55, from the time you 55 to 65, right? And you have to understand that and you have to be willing to deal with a person that's gonna be there for your growth. And understand that the person that you are right now might not be the person that you are in 10 years. You know what I mean? But simply because you change who you are doesn't mean the goals change, right? And if you ain't, and if you trying to achieve something, if you're trying to get somewhere and you set those rules, you set those goals first, then when that change comes, right, you could do one or two things, right? You can reevaluate your relationship, right, in accordance to those rules, right, and those goals, right, and figure out what you want to do. You want to stay there, you want to go your separate ways, or you can say, look, like the rules are this, but like I've changed. We got to change some of these rules. Like I've changed. We got to change some of these goals, right? And you could communicate that the most articulate, the most eloquent way. You can go out and do Sunday services. You can go out and buy uh 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 you can go out and buy clothing lines. You can make the dopest sneakers and she'll still leave you for Pete Davidson, right? Like
I knew that was coming.
it just is what it is, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. So like I tell my female friends this because I think it's easier for dudes, right? It's easier for dudes because we don't have the fantasy behind our relationships that women do, right? Our stuff isn't so much fantasy as it is practical. I tell my
Yep.
female friends this. I was like, yo, you got a long list of things that you want, right? What is one of your pet peeves? One of my homegirls said, yo, I hate when dudes suck their teeth. I hate. She was like, it's like my pet peeve. It disgusts me. I was like, all right, cool. So 6'5" brother walk in. Dude got a pocket full of money. He make $450,000 a year. He got 2 homes. You know what I mean? Like, dude bowed it, right? He got everything you want. Everything on your list of wants, he got everything you want. But it's a problem. Bro like to suck his teeth.
She jumping right in that car.
Now, you could say, I'm gonna deal with it. You could say, like, yeah, like, I'm here for the long road. You could say, he got everything I want. Like, I could just I can look past the teeth. I can go get me some earplugs, right? Mm-hmm. To the first argument happened. To the first little inconsistency happened. She actually does like
Yo.
white guys. She actually does like white
Wowzers.
guys. But yeah, we're trying to bring it back, but she's okay. So what happens when that happens? What happens when the dude got everything you want, but also everything that you don't want? Right. So you better make very well clear the things that you don't want before you make the things that you do want. Because I can tell you right now, your don't wants will really showcase once you've been with a person for that long.
And they will outweigh your wants. And quite frankly,
By a
your
lot.
your don't wants are gonna be the things that keep you in a relationship, opposed to
Yep.
your wants. Because guess what?
Yep.
Everybody can change everybody can flip a want. Because your wants and needs change the older you get anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know.
Yeah, man.
Nah, man. Nah, give yourself a round of applause for that, man. That was eloquently put. Well said.
Yeah, man.
Well said, brother.
Yeah, man. I think we gotta stop looking at these things as a series of definitions and understand that we're dealing with people.
Don't put stipulations in your relationship. That's why they don't work.
Right.
You want your marriage or relationship to be like a video game where you set the standings. You set the you set the settings to easy.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing easy. Life ain't easy.
This
Relationships
hard.
damn sure ain't easy.
This thing hard.
Listen, you ain't gonna be able to fly past the main campaign of the game. You gotta do some of them side missions, man. That's what builds character. Literally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're gonna get sidetracked, baby.
Yeah.
How you deal with it is how everything is what determines the outcome.
Right. And see, and I've noticed too, like, and this ain't a diss to my ladies. I love y'all, man. But y'all like to do that communication thing. Y'all like to throw that communication thing in men's face because y'all know we bad at it. Y'all know we bad at it, so y'all like to throw that in our face, right? So you can always have that trump card when the relationship don't work out.
And first of all, oh man, I'm gonna say this, and I love y'all, ladies, but if we being honest, for real, y'all, it needs to go for the fellas too. Y'all wouldn't really be single in these terrible relationships if y'all communicate with the right people to begin with.
Yeah.
Stop trying to go for the flash and go for what you really need. Go for what you really want.
Or if you
Just
like the flash, go for it and stick with it.
just deal with what it comes because that's what you chose.
Right.
Hold yourself accountable.
Right. And set the rules in the beginning. Like, y'all don't be wanting to set the rules in the beginning, bruh. That'd be the biggest problem. Like I said, communicate. Fuck communication, man. Be about that accountability. Like, what you supposed to do? What do you want me to do?
Don't get mad at your man if y'all didn't set the groundwork that cheating was not allowed at the beginning of the relationship.
Right. Top, bruh.
If-
God damn it. Hold on.
You think we've gotten too radical with our message?
God, boy, man, hold up, bro. Man, we need some louder gunshots, bro. I need that. Damn, boy.
Yo, you stupid, man. Yeah, listen, man, you can't like. Oh, another thing. Don't get upset if your partner gains weight. You don't. If you get mad, he gained weight. Set a weight limit at the beginning. Both of y'all can stick to it. Because guess what? If you miss your weight cut, he gets to leave you too.
Yeah.
Stop putting stipulations in your relationship, man.
Well,
love the person that you love and love the person that you want to be with. And hold each other accountable.
Hold each other accountable, man.
And communicate when it's needed. Communicate when it's needed.
Yeah, communicate the accountability, bro. That's when the communication comes in, right? Communication ain't number one. That's why I say it's overrated, right? But communication is definitely in the top 5, right?
For
It's
sure.
just not number
sure.
one, right?
And people put the number.
Yeah, communication only comes in when you need to relay information, right? Now, I'm gonna use a sports analogy, right? The best teams, the teams that have the best relationship, don't need to communicate verbally on the field. Like, I know what you about to do. You know what I'm about to do. The only time we need to communicate is when something happens and the defense do something that we won't expect. Now we need to have a conversation. All right, bro. Like they ran cover 2 right there. Like we need to run the slant route inside this next time, right? I'm gonna just look at you. You know what it is. Boom, boom, boom. We good to go, right? We don't need to communicate that no more because as soon as we see them run cover 2 again, we know we run the slant. I don't need to say nothing no more. If you don't run the slant, bro, we're gonna sit your ass on the bench. We're gonna get somebody in here who can remember the goddamn play.
Facts. Give yourself a round of applause for that.
So, ladies, understand.
You know what cover 2 is?
I know. I want the ladies to understand and did the most complicated. Told you, bad communicator. See, bad communicator. Now imagine me trying to explain that in a room with my wife, and she looking at me like, "Nigga, what? What are you talking about? Cover 2? Are we talking about basketball?
Like,
I didn't even know you played soccer." That's not my wife. My wife knows what football is, but still, just saying.
Oh my God, yeah.
She don't know what a cover 2 is. She gonna be looking at me like, "What?
You talking about the safety? That's what he's supposed to do something." Like,
she don't know what a safety is. She don't know what a safety is.
Oh man, yeah. Listen, man.
She think a safety is when the quarterback get tackled in the end zone. You right? Yeah.
Is she right?
I mean, you right. Though. You right. Yeah, but it ain't the same.
Listen, and I know I know you can't really practice plays in a marriage, right? But if y'all spend as much time practicing safe sex and practicing and having sex as y'all did as trying to understand each other, then your relationships will last a lot longer.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes,
Thanks,
Lord.
my wife must understand all coverages.
Must understand our coverages. I'm with it. I'm with
What if
it.
she don't know what a Bear 46 is, Bang? A lot of people don't know what a Bear 46 is, bro. How you expect to know that? Come on, man.
All it needs is a little communication. All we need is a little communication.
Yeah. And listen, man, we gotta highlight Basil's comment too. Cause I think sometimes like yo, if you're around somebody long enough, you should kind of know what they need by actions. You can tell when somebody's doing some things, bro. Like come on, bro. It's in people's face. If you're around somebody, that shit died in '85. That's a goddamn lie. People still run the Bear 46 today. They run a modified.
It worked in '85.
Definitely worked in '85. But yeah, so I don't know, bro. Yeah. Yeah. Just communication is not number one, guys. That's all. That's all we're saying. Don't make it the most important thing. Just because you don't know how to relay your feelings.
Ladies.
Yeah.
Ladies. Yeah, because y'all do that. Y'all do that to diss brothers, and I don't like that. Y'all say that because y'all know we bad communicators, and I don't like that. And then be talking about men ain't shit because you single. I don't like that.
Yeah, and truth be told too, stop using that as a scapegoat to not hold yourself accountable for the decision that you make.
Most definitely.
You knew that dude wasn't no good before you met him, but you thought he was cute and he was tall and he fit your profile. He fit your aesthetic. Nobody cares about your aesthetic. Aesthetics die after a while.
You think we've gotten too radical with our message?
All right. You know what? But nah, you right. You right though, bro. You right though. You right though. And dude, stop running out here knocking up the ratchets, my boy. Be running around here with the wines. You don't want to wake up tomorrow with the wines, bro. Be running around here. You thought you was safe in the house. Next thing you know,
bro, out here talking like this. Hey, yo, daddy, can I get some cereal? Hey, bro, I want some cereal. Shoot. Yeah. Should be out here.
Hey, say, Dad, let's go outside.
Hey, bro, come on, let's throw the football, bro. Be out here with the wines, man.
It's 18 years. 18 years.
18 years. 18 years. His baby mama car crib is bigger than his. Drive off in a Hyundai.
He said, "With to buy Tyco with your money."
She looking like Michael with your money.
He said, "We won't prenup. We won't prenup. Yeah."
Yes, sir, but you don't want them problems, dog. You don't want them problems, I'm telling you. Niggas don't even do platinum no more.
I had to get you for it was
Boy, I can't breathe, man. You stupid. Oh boy.
Yes, sir. Stop knocking up the ratchets, bro. Stop knocking up the ratchets.
Please, man. Please,
Yeah.
man. It ain't smart. Don't let her get too comfortable like Lil Wayne told y'all.
Ooh, don't
Come on,
do it.
man.
Don't do it.
Come on, man. Come
Do
on,
it.
man.
Anyway, bro, we've been on here for 2 hours, bro. We got something else. Got something else for the people.
Good riddance, Ben Roethlisberger, man. We out of here.
Good riddance, nigga. He out. Nigga, give him some.
Man, boo. Tomato, tomato, tomato. I'm throwing tomato.
Holla. Mhm.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm done, bro. I ain't got nothing else tonight, bro. I ain't got nothing else.
Oh man. Yo,
Yeah, I ain't got
you
nothing else.
good, bro?
No, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done, bro. It's over.
Oh,
It's over,
man.
bro. It's over.
Oh
I'm
man,
finished.
another fun night. Another fun night.
Yeah, we hope y'all enjoyed that one.
Yeah,
That
man.
was fun.
That was fun.
That
That
was fun.
was fun. Same
Oh,
bat
man.
time.
Same bat channel.
Yep.
See you bastards next week.
See y'all next week.
Holla at y'all boys, man. Peace. Yeah.